Hi, I'll start the F7 module today. My name is Manish Gidwani. I'll be your trainer for your F7 module, and I'll be preparing you for the December exam. So we will be following the syllabus, which is the latest syllabus, because there are new additions. So I'll be including those materials as well. Okay, so let's start. Uh, I'll first introduce to you about your syllabus content and how the exam format will look like. Yeah, so you're not surprised when you get the exam in December. Okay, so that is F7. F7 is financial reporting. Okay, and then how is the exam format? The Now exam format has also changed from the previous exam format, where there used to be only two sections. Now there are three sections. Yeah, so you have section A. There you will have 15 questions at 2 marks each. So that's your 30 marks. What questions are these? These are your multiple choice questions. And then you have section B. Section B is your case-based scenarios. So you have three cases. Each case will have 5 questions based on that case. So there will be a story being given to you, and there is a five multiple choice questions at 2 marks each. Okay, so there you have your 10 marks per case, and that will be multiplied by your 3 cases. So you have your 30 marks as well. Okay, and then you have your section C. Section C, this will be two questions, and what is this question? These are your your data response question, not cases, data response. Now, what will be inside these questions? One question will talk about your ratio analysis. Most likely will be your ratio analysis, and the other question will be either a group or a single entity question. Single entity question, uh, meaning you will be asked to prepare the SOPL, the SOFP, and the SOCE, of course. Yeah, so these two questions, this will be your this 20 marks. This is a total of, each question is 20 marks, so that gives you a total of 40 marks. Yeah, and that adds up to your 100 marks. You have your 30 marks from your section A, right? From your 15 MCQs multiplied by 2 marks each. Then you have 3 cases. Each case is 10 marks. Okay, how is it 10 marks? It is 5 questions, and each question is 2 marks. And then you have section C, which is 2 questions. Each question is 20 marks. So you have 40 marks there, and that adds up to your 100 marks. How long do you have to finish this question? You have 3 hours, and of course your 15 minutes. Previously 15 minutes used to be your reading time. Now 15 minutes can be used also to already attempt the question. Okay, but I would still prefer that you use the 15 times to read and plan. Okay, meaning you can in F7 you can actually write down the workings, use it to develop formats. Yeah, for example, in section C you have single entity question. You can already write down the format for SOPL and SOFP instead of just reading the question. You already can plug in the formats first. Okay, so that's your exam format for your F7. Okay, now moving on, I would like to talk to you about the uh, ISS, right? The syllabus, yeah, the syllabus highlights. Of course, you can see the syllabus in the ACCA website, but I would like to highlight certain part of the syllabus. Okay, number one, what are all the ISs that you will really need it in your exam? You will need for sure your IS1 because that talks about your presentation. Okay, you will need IS2, which is your inventory. Okay, and then you will need IS16, which is your property, plant and equipment. Plant and equipment. Then you have your IS 36, which is your impairment. You have IS 37, which is your provisions. You have your IS 38, which is your intangible assets. Then you have, so this 16, 36, 37, 38 are surely there in your section B questions, even in your section A, but section B, when you see the adjustments, you will surely see these ISs. In addition, you will also see IS 12, which is your income tax. Okay. Now, in addition, you also need other ISs where sometimes it is also tested as a subsection of your question. For example, IS 23. IS 23 is your borrowing cost. Then you have your you also have your IFRS 5, which is assets held for sale. Okay, and then you have IS 20. This will probably come in your MCQ. Government grant. Government grant. Okay. This additional ISs you need to cover for your section A as well, mostly for section A. Then the new ISs which are because once a new IS is being introduced, they will surely test you as either a theory question or or a simple calculation. Yeah, but it will surely come up. So what are those sure new ISs that are tested? You have your IFRS 15, which is your revenue recognition. Please remember, revenue recognition was previously in IS 18. Now it is being moved to IFRS 15. Okay, even your construction contract, which was in IS 11 before, now it is already part of IFRS 15. Yeah, so as you can see that these are this is actually IS and it's a new one. So you can highlight that as a new one, new IS. Then you also have certain new, which is not a new IS. This IS is already tested in P2, but now it is brought down to F7. Yeah, because they want the F7 to be a preparation for your P2. So certain ISs which were previously in P2, now it is slowly brought down to F7. So which are those? That is your IS 21, okay, which is your foreign currency. Okay, you also have your IAS 41, which is your agriculture, or we have the biological assets. Okay, so that will be surely there. You have your, so this is the new ones. In addition, your business combination, which is your consolidation. Okay, now consolidation, we know that it is IFRS 3, 10, okay, and 11, right? 3 and 10 is your business combination, 11 is your joint venture. Now there is, in relation to business combination, there is also IS 28, which is associates. Yeah, associates. Okay. Uh, IS 28 now. What is new about the IFRS 3? Previously, in your consolidation, we only spoke about the parent, the subsidiary, and of course the intercompany transactions and elimination of the unrealized profits and so on and so forth. We will discuss that. But in addition to that, they have also brought in the transaction whereby the parent disposes the subsidiary. So please include the new item here is disposal of subsidiary. Disposal of subsidiary. Yeah, so the new items will be your foreign currency, IS 41 biological assets, as well as disposal of subsidiary. Okay, so let me see if I have included all the critical ISs. Okay, you have your presentation, inventory, your PPE, 36, 37, 38, your 12, your borrowing cost, minus 20, IFRS 5, IFRS 15, foreign currency, 41. Oh, I missed one. There is one more called IS 33. IS 33, which is your earning per share. Okay, so we will learn EPS. And then after that, once you learn EPS, then I will talk to you about your ratio analysis, because ratio analysis is a favorite topic of the examiner. Ratio analysis of all the financial statements. So we will learn this, how to calculate the ratios, but also how to interpret the ratios, because in your exam, they're not only going to ask you to calculate the ratios, they're going to ask you to advise the investors of which company is a better company for investment. So you may have to analyze in terms of, profitability, in terms of liquidity, in terms of financial risk. Yeah, so we'll talk about that ratio analysis. Okay, so that is the main highlights of the syllabus. Right? Hope you got that down. All right. Moving forward, let's in my next slide, we will talk directly about. Let's go to the key matter, which is your IS1. I'll talk to you about the presentation, but before that, let's in our next slide we'll talk about the conceptual framework. Okay, so that is to give you an overview about F7.